Hello. About 2 years ago, I decided, for some strange reason, to record myself attempting the My Immortal drinking game with orange juice. 2 years on, let's do it with vodka. Okay. This is what I shall be drinking. I shall be using Sprite as my mixer. This stuff. So just to prove that I am actually drinking the hard stuff, not just random juice this time, I'll make my drink first so you can see. Got myself a fresh can. Full shot. And put it in the glass. I always make mine a little stronger. It's more like a shot and a half. Yeah, as you can see, up to about here, so a third of vodka. And the Sprite. Now, I shall be doing this as long as I can, but I will stop before I die. So, I probably won't get through. I'll try not to do more than 2 or 3 glasses of this, because I get drunk very fast on this stuff, because it's pretty hard. But yeah, I shall reread the rules. Now, where it says shot every time, I'm gonna make that a sip, because if I did a shot, like one of these, I would die. And I don't think I have enough vodka. I got another bottle down there. But yeah, okay, here are the rules. I'm using, for clarification, I am using the TV Tropes formatted party version of the My Immortal drinking game, My Immortal by Tari Gillespie / bloody 66666, something stupid like that. Here are the rules. Take a shot every time there's an author's note, every bad pun, and 2 if it's followed by get it. Shot every time the narrative stops to describe clothing or makeup, 2 if it's a boy's makeup, and take a shot whenever fishnets are mentioned. Take a shot each time a band is mentioned, 2 if they're going to attend a concert. Take a shot every time Preps and or Hilary Duff are insulted or flaming again. Take a shot for every time Ebony gives someone the middle finger. Take a shot for every use of fuck, 666, or depressed, depressing, etc. Take a shot whenever someone slits their wrists or cries tears of blood. Take a shot for every overly long dramatic pause, as in it was. X. Take a shot every time Ebony has sex. Take a shot every time she comments on how someone hot someone looks to as a band member. Take a shot whenever she refers to genitalia. So, without further ado, we shall begin. Okay. I shall switch us. No, I shouldn't. I could have switched us to the thing, but I'm not going to, because I'm lazy. And I want to prove I'm drinking. Right, chapter 1. Author's note. Special thanks. Get it? 'Cause I'm gothic. To my GF. You not in that way. Raven, bloody tears 666. For helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Just in all the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCRROX. Hi, my name is Ebony Dark Nest Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note. If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony," shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. "Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. Author's note. Is it good? Please tell me. Fangs. Big spoilers here, it's not. Chapter 2. Author's note. Fangs. 2 bloody tears 666. For helping me with that chapter. BTW, perhaps stop flaming my story awk. The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pyjamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets. I put on 4 pairs of earrings and my pierced ears, and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note. Raven, this is ooh. Woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so? I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what, he said. What? I asked. Well, good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking God, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favourite band, besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. Chapter 3, author's note. Stop flaming the story preps, Ock. Otherwise, Fangs. To the Gothic people for the good reviews. Fangs again, Raven. Oh yeah, BTW, I don't own this or the lyrics for good Charlotte. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and the front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. Yeah. I read a depressing book. Well, I waited for it to stop bleeding. At this point I'm just kind of assuming that she's gushing blood all over the walls and the story comes to an end and the rest of it's some kind of dying dream. And I listened to GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting for me in his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish and a little eyeliner. Author's note, a lot faux cool boys were it hawk. Hi Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666 and flew to the place with the concert. On the way we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to me as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music, and I caught on. Hey, it's Hawk. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me all protective. Really, I said. And besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hilary fucking Duff. The Hilary Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer, pussies, and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. How much time have I done? 30 minutes, cool. Chapter 4. Author's note. I said, stop flaming, Orc. Ebony's name is Enemy, not Mary Sue, Orc. Draco is so in love with her that he's acting different. They knew each other before, Orc. Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you are doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car, and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony? He asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing colour contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness. And then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then Suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Oh, 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 I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was... Dumbledore! I love this story. Chapter 5. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flam, it mends or a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he had a headache, and on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Dumbledore made me and Draco and I follow. No, Dumbledore made, and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry, tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back into the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her! Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well, you may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went into the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair, and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight and he reluctantly went back into his room. And I finished my first drink, and it only took 5 chapters. 5 very short chapters, almost continual drinking. So I shall pour another and continue, because I don't need a functioning liver, I guess. Chapter 6. Author's Note. Shujit up preps. Och. P.S. I will not update until you give me good reviews. The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end, and a matching top with red scars all over it, and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings, 2 crosses in my ears. I spray-painted my hair with purple. In the great hall I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood, as opposed to, green blood. Suddenly someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. Okay. Is that which one? That's sort of like saying he had a sexy American accent. You know, not everyone from England sounds the same. Is it a sexy Geordie accent? A sexy Newcastle accent? Is it a sexy West Country accent, so from the west bit of England? Is it received pronunciation like mine? Be more precise, please. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him. Kind of like an erection. Only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right, what's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter. Although most people call me a vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood. He giggled. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Chapter 7. Bring me to life. Author's note. Well, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 god reviews. In BTW, I want to write the next chapter till I get 10 god vons. Stay flaming. Or ill report ooh. Evany isn't a Marie Sue, she isn't perfect. She's a satanitz. And she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish. As we went upstairs, I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails and red nail polish. Author's note. Does that sound like a Marusu to you? Yes. I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He filled me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out, naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine, and we had sex. See? Is that stupid? Yes. Oh, Draco, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm, when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot. I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all happily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled. Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, Ock. How do you even make that typo? S and M and nowhere near each other on the keyboard. If you do, then you are a prep. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend, B-Luddy Mary Smith, smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long, waist-length gothic black hair, and opened her crimson eyes like blood, but she was wearing contact lenses on. Oop. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith, and not Granger. Since she is converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. I wasn't aware the Hogwarts houses were related to religion in any way. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I am bi, and so is Ebony. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest, where I had lost my virility to Draco. I don't think she knows what that word means. And then I started to bust into tears. Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, Ock. I didn't read all the books. Oh, you bitch, you bitch, you fucking bitch. This is from the movie arc, so it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. The Swedes, I said he had a headache, and the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now is 'cause he's Christian, and Vampire's a Satanist. MCR rocks. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a suddenly, and horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No, I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted Imperious, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexar eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? Exactly like he explained. No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must. he yelled. "If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco." "How did you know?" I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded, look on his face. "I hath telekinesis," he answered cruelly. "And if you doth not kill vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco," he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. "Draco," I said. "Hi." "Hi," he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner. Kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. "Are you okay?" I asked. "No," he answered. "I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled." "That's okay," he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together, making out. Chapter 10, Author's Note. "Stop it, you gay fags. If you do not lick my story, then fuck off." P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all, and she and the vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses Orc. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. Honey, I don't think that name's good to catch on. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. That sounds fucking awful. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diabolo now, which is a juggling implement. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed. So they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. And the vampire was probably watching a depressing movie. Like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs, and a tiny matching miniskirt that said "Simple Plan" on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. On the other hand, I am. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song I suddenly burst into tears. "Ebony, are you okay?" Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. "What the fuck do you think?" I asked angrily, and I said, "Well, Voldemort came, and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco." I burst into tears. Suddenly Draco jumped out from behind a wall. "Why didn't you fucking tell me?" he shouted. "How could you fucking poser muggle bitch." See, is that out of character? Yes. But the racism isn't. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. No, it was because he was possessed by Satan. "What have you done?" He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and we'll see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Chapter 11. Author's Note. I said, stop flaming up, Reps. See if this chapter is stupid. 1111. It deals with release issues. Speak for yourself if it's stupid, bro. Thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. I think approximately 2 words in that sentence were spelled correctly. No, I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off. I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress. With lace all over it, sadly. Yes, because when I'm in fits of suicidal depression, the first thing I always want to do is put on a sexy dress. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out of the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of it, and Lupin was masticating to it. Okay, in honor of this moment, I'm going to get some chewing gum. I've had this for years. I've had this gum in my bag, anticipating for years this moment would happen, okay? Okay. And Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Ew, you fucking pervs. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? Technically, no. She's not prepubescent. She's 17. She's legally of the age of consent in the UK. And she's also not prepubescent, thus disqualifying them from being pedophiles unless they're attracted to prepubescent women. Or boys. I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! he shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his hand, and suddenly... Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." "What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student." "I may be a Hogwarts student." Hagrid paused angrily. "But I am also a Satanist." "This cannot be," said Snape in a crisp voice, as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. "There must be other factors." "You don't have any!" I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. "The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there." I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. "Why are you doing this?" Lupin said angrily, while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy, or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a Gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. "Because you're Gothic?" Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. "Because I love her." Chapter 12. Author's note. Well, let me just check out on my phone recording. Shit. What can I hold? I'll just keep masticating them. Right. Okay, I'll stop here. Okay, we'll go from chapter 12 in the next installment. Let me just... so I can upload separate videos, okay?